It's the month of November, and sadly the Plumeria season is coming to an end. Plumeria is a tropical plant, so it's going to be going into dormancy when the cold weather comes. And already one can notice that there are a lot of yellowing leaves on the plants. That's absolutely normal. You'll see a number of plants with yellow leaves on them, which is perfectly normal. It just means your plants are getting ready for dormancy. And every morning I find lots of leaves on the floor. They shed. Again, absolutely normal for this time of the year. So what we do with these leaves is we collect them and we make a pile. We collect them and dry them and crush them, and that way they're very easy to store. We store them and make compost. We use them as the brown in our compost, as well as mulch for our plants. When we have crushed leaves, we just cover the soil with a layer of leaves, dry leaves, and it helps protect the roots from the extreme cold that winter is going to bring with it. Now, a few simple tips for making sure your plants stay safe during winter is they should not be exposed to extreme temperatures. They should not be exposed to anything below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is approximately 4.4 degrees centigrade, because below that, a plumeria can freeze and it'll die. So you have to ensure that it doesn't get anywhere lower than that. And you can do that by either moving them inside to a warmer area. If there are too many, like there's no way I can shift all my plants in, then you can basically try and have them in a covered area, especially the small plants or the cuttings that are trying to root. The ones that are going to be experiencing winter for the first time, they need a little extra protection. The bigger ones usually are hardy. Again, they cannot take a temperature below 40, but the cold they can tolerate. This is our row of seedlings, which are now a little older. But last year what we did is we put a layer of dry leaves underneath all these pots so that they wouldn't have to feel the cold from the floor. It insulated the roots, and we didn't lose a single plant, which was wonderful. That's one tip that I can give, that just use a lot of your dry leaves. We have tons of them. We have already got 2 piles of dry leaves that we've collected, and just look at my plants. They're still loaded, so you can see how many we're going to have once all these leaves shed for winter. Here's our second pile. So it's very important in winter, already with the onset of November, to stop watering your plants, at least not excessively. Reduce the watering, make it once in 3 or 4 days. Always be cautious. Less water is better than more. And make sure that your plants don't have soggy, wet soil. So reduce the watering, and once all the leaves shed, stop the watering, because no leaves means no water. The leaves help a plant lose water. It evaporates through the leaves, through the pores of the leaves, like a human being perspires. It's the same concept. So the roots suck up the water and the leaves help evaporate it. But when there are no leaves, you don't need that. So no leaves, no water. The other thing you don't need to do when a plant is in dormancy is fertilize it, because the roots are not going to be absorbing any of those fertilizers, and they can tend to cause root rot. So you don't want to fertilize your plants when they're in dormancy. In extreme climate where it gets really, really cold, people normally chop off the leaves and they take their plants inside. You can even keep them bare root through winter, because they're going to stop growing. They're not really going to be doing anything during dormancy. So you can just store them inside a garage or anywhere where it'll be a little warmer, especially if you're going to be having freezing temperatures. If you have seed pods, you just let them be, because seed pods tend to keep growing through the winter, and usually they'll start maturing once spring comes. So you just leave the seed pods on the plant, and in all likelihood they will ripen and you will get beautiful seeds in spring. If you have inflows on your plant, again, let them be. Sometimes an inflow will pick up in the spring from where it left off. So don't ever cut off your inflow unless you feel that it's rotting or it's causing some problem in your plant. Just leave the inflow on. A lot of my inflows will just start reblooming next season. If it rains in your area, you have to ensure that the rainwater does not collect in your pot. So make sure that whatever your soil is, it's a well-draining soil which will let the water go out of it so that the plants are not standing in extremely wet soil in the cold winter. Cold plus wet is a deadly combination for Plumeria. Remember, Plumeria is a tropical plant. They need warmth. They need humidity, but warm humidity. So cold and wet is just not a good combination. And if you keep these points in mind, I think your plants should be absolutely fine through winter. Avoid cutting them at this time of the year. Avoid trying to root at this time of the year because it's not going to work. Your plants are not going to be doing anything at this point. They're not going to be sending out roots. They're going to sleep. It's their sleep time. It's their dormancy time. So just leave them be and let all the activity start again in spring. I hope your plants stay safe. I hope these points have helped, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye.